Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I have a Division 2 video because I really want to detail and show you guys how much information you can get about your build from the new and improved shooting range. So the shooting range in the Division 1 was pretty straightforward. I appreciated that it was a thing, but it was very, very simple. You just had a target. There were three different, ranges of where the target could be. It would move a little bit, and you could see how much damage you were doing. But there was no damage calculator. It wouldn't show you, like, really, truly how much damage you were doing, like in the Division 2. In the Division 2, they decided to incorporate the DPS counter into the shooting range rather than showing you something on your stat sheet, because that could be really misleading. They had to basically just guess whether you were going to be hitting all headshots or you were going to be hitting all body shots. So for example, some of the rifles, like for example the MDR in the Division 1, your DPS on that gun would be absolutely out of control because, those guns have a higher headshot damage ratio, and that would basically just buff the crap out of your DPS. Same thing with snipers. Snipers had a high headshot damage, so of course your DPS is just going to naturally be higher if you're assuming the player hits every single headshot, which we all know that's just not the case. That's just not how things work. So in the Division 2, you can see exactly what your DPS is depending on your skill, so how good your accuracy is, and also, the damage of your skills and what weapons you're using, etc., etc. Gives you a DPS counter and lets you know, okay, in this period of time, how much damage are you going to do? Now, I'm not 100% sure on how the DPS counter works. It seems like it takes your damage over a course of about 10 seconds and then basically just divides that and does some equation to figure out what your DPS is. But I've noticed what will happen, and I'll show you here in a second, is sometimes your DPS will be going up, and it'll stop and it'll start going down. What that is it's basically resetting that cycle of time that your DPS can be calculated. So of course, the timer is going to go down if the beginning of that cycle is when you're reloading. Okay, does that make sense? Because your DPS is basically nothing when you're reloading, right? So let's just go through the different areas. So you have an AoE area here, you have accuracy, you have DPS, and you have range. So range is more for seeing how much optimal range your weapons have. If you want to test out snipers and whatnot and check out the accuracy. The AoE stands for area of effect. So this means abilities or weapons that do area of effect. So for example, say you have, I'll use an example from Division 1. You had Pred Bleed on, objects around an area, so you could shoot and you could see the damage it does around in this area. Or if you had a AoE weapon, so for example, if I went out and changed my skill, which we can just do right here, and I'll just give you guys a decent example. So let's change to the chem launcher, but instead of the healing chem launcher, which by the way, this is incredibly strong. It's one of the strongest abilities in the game. I'll be making a build video once we get to end game. So say we go here and we shoot the chem launcher and then we shoot it. It's going to show us like our AoE damage and what our time to kill is. And that's going to give you a basic idea of how much damage you can do in an area. Now, I don't know, when I was first doing this, I was kind of just shooting the targets. You can shoot the targets just for practice if you want. If you want to try to thread the needle on that one there and then kind of reset. You can use these for whatever you want. Don't feel like you have to, use them for what they're made for. And you can change the difficulty here. You can go to medium, which will be a little bit tankier enemies. You can go to hard, which I think will be veterans, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, see, there's veterans, and there's actually a gold in the back. And then you can change it to very hard, which will probably be all golds and purples. Yeah, for the most part. And so you can really test out, you want to really, really check out that damage. Just go like that, go through, show you your DPS over time with all the, the AoE effects. So that's really cool to check out if you got some sort of skill build going on. You want to test out which piece is better between skill power and cooldown reduction or something. It'll tell you your time to kill, and that's really cool. And then over here is more for sniping, but you can also use it for weapons as well. So you go up here, it'll actually take into consideration your accuracy on each target. So let me show you. So let's change the difficulty. You can go up to elite here. You can even go to named enemies. So if named enemies are moving between 2 targets like this, you can actually just test out your accuracy. So I hit 1 out of 5 shots there. That's not so good. 5 out of 11. So I noticed this is more, at least for me, more for sniping, because you know, sometimes you got to thread the needle with that sniper. So if you hit that there, we'll go for a headshot this time, and we missed it. Now, if I'm sitting here and I'm like, like I feel like it was right on there, it didn't hit. Well, maybe you should change your accuracy around a little bit, because don't forget, accuracy in the Division is bloom. If you played Fortnite, or you've played pretty much any game that doesn't have bullet projection, your accuracy is essentially your bloom on your guns. And you can see it here when you're shooting, that white dot in the middle of your crosshair that's jumping around, that's showing the recoil pattern of your bloom. That's your accuracy. Accuracy will make that cone of recoil smaller. And stability will be how much your weapon actually goes up in the air when you're unloading, right? So if you notice your bullets are going a little wonky on your sniper, well, you might want to put some accuracy mods on it to make sure it's a little bit more accurate. Accuracy mods are incredibly important on snipers. So yeah, let's go over to the DPS counter. This is the most I think useful one of them all, because what it does is it basically gives you an idea of how much damage your build is doing. And remember, like I said, this is based on your actual skill and your aim, not about, like, you know, the team having to guess if you're going to be hitting all headshots or body shots, whatever. I think they did a great job with this. So you would change the difficulty here. Say you got like a lot of damage to elites, and you want to go on the elite difficulty or the named difficulty, you can do that. So say you want to really test it out, then you just come up here, you go to reset, which sometimes it bugs, sometimes you got to back off a little bit and then come back for the actual button to pop up. Maybe it's just already set. I don't know. Okay, yeah, it's already set, so I can't reset it yet. So should we do purple, elite? Let's do an elite. I want it to be close to, so you can reset it for whatever distance you want. So let's test out our DPS here. So I am going to, you can go for body shots, you can go for headshots, and what you're going to notice is at longer ranges, it's better to shoot for the body. And I think a lot of people know that, but it's because of how the bloom works, right? How the bloom works. The further away, the less chance you're going to have at actually hitting any shots if you're spraying. So let's go for all headshots here. Okay, my DPS was 231,622. Now, you can keep going, but like I said, that cycle you're going to see here, the DPS is going to start dropping, because I believe it's about every 10 seconds, it's going to stop taking into account how much DPS you're doing. So if I start shooting again, you're going to start seeing the DPS going down, because, well, why would it be going down? Oh, that's right. It's going down because I'm shooting at a longer range, which is making my DPS do less, right? So let's go here and try to do some more headshots. It's going down again. Now, if you ever want to reset this, you can. So here, let me show you. So if you reset it like that, you can basically just sit here, shoot that, see if that's the range you want. Now, say, for example, we want to change it up and do named enemies. So say I have extra damage to named enemies on one of my guns. I don't even know if that's a thing yet, but if it was, you could test it out to see how much better it is. So let's do some damage here. All right, our DPS there at that range was 63K. Not too great, but for the range, it's probably not that bad. So maybe if I wanted to do more damage at that range, I would throw some optimal range on, right? So let's see if we can do some damage here. So that was 280,000 DPS. That's pretty good. Let's test this next one. Okay, I think I'm going to hit some body shots there. 82,000 DPS. So you can see the difference in your optimal range. That's basically my optimal range falling off. So if I wanted to do more damage, say my build was meant to be at a little bit of a longer range, well, in that case, I might want to chill out a little bit and try something else. Like maybe I want to try optimal range instead of that little bit of crit damage I get. You know, that could make a difference. So here you go. You're starting to see the DPS go down, like I said. If you stop doing a certain amount of DPS in a certain amount of time, it starts going down because it's going through that cycle that maybe it's every minute. I have no idea what it is. Like I said, I don't have the exact values on it because it doesn't really give you much information. It'd really be cool, right? If there was like kind of a wall here or a sheet that would explain to you exactly how it worked. If I get more information, I'll make an updated, 2.0 video about this, and I'll give you guys the exact details if that's something you want. But I just kind of want to show you guys the shooting range first to let you know that this is even here. Okay, so this is the very, very ranged targets here that you can test out for maybe if you're doing a ranged assault rifle build, or you're trying out a rifle with a scope and you want to see how well it does at long range. You could sit here and I'm going to just use my sniper rifle and we're going to hit as many headshots here as we can. And it's going to give us an overall idea of our DPS. So we hit another headshot there. We hit another headshot there. So we're hitting headshots pretty quick here. You saw that chunk, right? Went up to like 30K at one point. So let's see. Cracked him there. Cracked him there. So I'm hitting all those headshots. You're seeing like 20,000 DPS. And like I said, you can even try your guns if you want it. And this will give you, this is really good practice, to be honest with you, to really test out like how you want to make your build depending on ranges and distances. So I absolutely love this thing, man. I've been down in this shooting range for a while, honestly. And I think it's really good to test out, like say you have two different pieces and you don't know which one's better for your build, and you play up closer. Well, you may want to mess with that a little bit and see which one's better for your exact build. So let me move this up again. We'll do one more DPS. I want to actually see if I can beat 200K here. I want to move the let's see. Let's shoot this. I don't know if there's a way to actually just move the target up to the front, but that's what I want. I want to get this target moved up to the front. And then we'll see if we can beat, what was it, 280,000 DPS, something like that. All right. Put it back again. I think it's just random. I don't know. It's random which target it goes to. I wonder if there's a way to actually go to the target that you want to, or if you just have to shoot it. But that'd be cool. All right, here we go. So now let me change the difficulty, and it's gonna move it, isn't it? God damn it. All right. Well, it'd definitely be cool if like there was a button here. Say there was a button here and you got to pick which target you had up. I think that would be even a better step in the right direction if that was a thing. If they ever wanted to make changes to it, that's what I would do. So yeah, let's just test this out here. See how much DPS we're doing. This G36 is actually really good. So 62K is around what I'm staying at from that range. So if you're pretty consistent at that, that's probably around what your build is doing, right? Depending on how good your accuracy is and whatnot. But as it gets closer, you can obviously see my my build's going to be doing more damage. So I really want it to come up close so I can see how much damage we can do to the target that's the closest, because I know it was 280K at one point. Okay, here we go. This is pretty close. Let's try it. So you can see when you're going for headshots, you're actually going to miss a lot of shots, and your DPS is going to pay for it. So, all right, here we go. Here's the real test. When you're up close like this, you can really, really do some crazy damage. So let's reset it. And let's try to hit that 300K. Wow, that was so bad. Oh my God, that was horrible. Well, I suck. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think of the new like shooting range. Like, I love it. I love going down here, messing like around with my builds a little bit, and I think this is going to be a very, very important thing to look for in the end game if you want to try and mix around some builds and whatnot. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to drop the video a like, and I will let you guys know soon what other ideas we got going. I'm about to hit endgame very soon, and once I hit endgame, that's when we're going to start doing the build videos and the efficiency stuff. Right now, I'm more just enjoying the game, just playing through it as slowly as I can, and just really just savoring what an absolute amazing, colossal, like, game this is. Like, this game is huge, guys. I don't think people really truly understand. I know some of you guys haven't even gotten in yet, so for those of you guys who haven't gotten in yet, look forward to unlocking the shooting range when you upgrade the base of operations, because this place can be pretty damn awesome. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I love you all. Be sure to drop the video a like if you enjoyed, and I will talk to you in the next one. Take care, everybody.